Hello, guys, welcome back to the channel. And this will be the seventh episode of MBA in Sustainability Management. And today we are going to discuss about the topic known as net zero strategies, how company plan for carbon neutrality. Specifically, we'll be covering companies to India, so India specific companies we are going to target. So, without any delay, let's begin the video. So the very first slide is India's policy landscape and government action. The national target India has set for itself to be net zero is 2070, and it was announced in COP26. And it is LTLEDs submitted, and the major initiative taken by India from the policy and government perspective is National Green Hydrogen Mission. Recently, the present government is very much focused to two sources of energy. That is, first hydrogen, and second is ethanol. Irrespective of the all the negatives are there, but they are trying to implement into the mechanism of our country, into the fuel mechanism of our country. So it's very appreciable. We should appreciate that. And there will be challenges, and they are also mitigating and adapting to the challenges, which are specifically in ethanol. We'll come to that. And after that, the LTLEDs, guiding sector to low emission transition. That is one of the things. Lastly, strong push on renewable energy, as I mentioned in my previous videos, that PM Surya Ghar Yojana is also one of the key initiatives taken by the government to push solar energy into the, it is a scheme which actually allows the people to understand and apply solar in their own house. So overall, the carbon stress upon the country reduces from that. There are specific challenges also. Financially, we are trying to calculate the financial conditions on which we are going to be net zero. That is one thing. And heavy industries are also facing the same challenge, by what means they can actually implement net zero in their whole production mechanism. Coming to some specific companies and their net zero targets. First is Reliance Industries. Their net zero is by 2035. They are actually planning to be net zero, and specifically 100 gigawatt of renewables they have. They are currently working on that, and I believe it's quite possible for a company like Reliance. Then they're also working on green hydrogen, electrification, and circular chemicals. Recently, they have stepped into circular chemicals, which is a very new sector, and I hope that they are going to do well in that sector. Coming to the next industry, that is Tata Steel. Again, net zero by 2045, and they are going to achieve this target according to the company is low carbon steel pathways. Of course, renewables is something that each and every company is adopting now. It has been a silent rule, but it is one of the easiest path for a company to switch to renewables, because yes, India being a tropical country, we have abundant of sunlight, solar energy, but we have to see how much sustainable it is. But solar energy, renewable resources of energy, is something that each industry may the industry be big, small, medium size, doesn't matter, but they are looking towards renewable energy. That is a good thing. Coming to Infosys, net zero by 2040, renewables, green buildings, and all these things. Efficiency, client decarbonization services they are also providing. Being an IT company, major their carbon emission is through using electricity to provide their data centers. So most probably they are investing into renewables. Yes, they are. Coming to Tech Mahindra, Adani, they are also around that 2035-50 mark. But all these companies have committed that they will be net zero by 2030, between 2030 and 2050. But the real question is that will they be able to actually implement this in that scale at which they are actually preaching now? We have to see. Coming to the very last slide of this episode 7, some strategies and recommendation from my side, although I'm not an expert, but some points to remember. First of all, the strategy pillars: reduce, we have to increase our efficiency, then replace, as in renewables and green fuels instead of using fossil fuels, remove nature and implement CCUS, that is carbon capture, utilization, storage. It is more specifically to understand that it is a process, it's a set of processes that we undergo to capture the carbon emission directly from the industries, and we store that particular amount of carbon in geological containers underground. So this is what CCUS means. Again, governance and assurance from the report, and I think stringent laws should be enforced by the government, so that all the industries, whether they like it or not, have to switch to sustainable resources. Another one of the important is management of scope 3 emissions. As we know, scope 3 emissions is quite difficult to calculate, and to reduce is also scope 3 emissions is something that companies also, if they want to reduce, it is something that we do not understand very well, and it is something we need to work upon. So as a country, green financing, as I said, green hydrogen is also one of the important factors of sustainability. And last is quick actions. As we know, the global temperature is rising day by day. We have to take specific actions, and we need to take actions right now. We cannot wait for another 3 years, 5 years. We have to be action oriented. Again, all the reporting standards, BRSR, GRI, TCFT, is something that needs some modification according to the requirement of the current generation industries. And with that, I believe we can enter into a more sustainable and self-aware environment, specifically world. With that, I would like to end the video. I hope you like the video, and this is Bishesh signing off.